So when you're a beginner in bowling, there's a few things that you need to learn in order to get started. And a few things that you can learn is drills. Drills are very important to your game, so let's go ahead and get into it. So welcome back to the channel. I'm just going to cover a few points here about some bowling drills, something that you can work on either at home or at a bowling center. So it's really up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and cover a few drills here that I have laid out. First is the foul line drill, the one-step drill, which is the swing and slide, three-step drill, figure eight drill, shoulder collapse drill, setup and laser tape arm alignment drill. So what I'm going to do in this video is just cover the drills. I'm going to go through different images that will show how to do the drill, and then I can kind of explain into further detail of how this helps you and how you can use this to help with your balance and your rhythm and your alignment. So a lot of these drills are basic. Some are more advanced, but more or less it's just things that you can work on all the time in order to help with your balance and alignment and anything to do with bowling in general. So before I get into the first drill, I'm sure a lot of you asked the question of, why do we do drills? Do we really need to do drills? Because there's some people out there that never do drills, and they are set against doing a bowling drill, which to me doesn't make any sense, because really a drill is just meant to help you. So the reason why we do drills is it's a way for us to focus on specific areas so your mind isn't wandering. Bowling is a very overwhelming sport, so focus on certain things in practice so that you don't lose focus. So for me, just like that says, I do drills just simply because whenever you go out there and practice, what is it that most people do? They go out there and they want to bowl for score, and they're not really working on certain things, and their mind wanders, and so they'll be thinking about other stuff while they're bowling, and they don't really focus. So that's what drills are meant for, is to focus on one thing at a time instead of working on 6 different things at one time. Because normally what happens is somebody goes and practices, and then they're bowling for score, and so they may not even be realizing that they're creating bad habits just simply because they're doing everything all at one time, doing it at full speed, not really thinking about what they're doing. They're just throwing the ball where they think that they should be throwing it, instead of working on your balance, working on your rhythm, working on your alignment, working on everything that you need to work on in order to get better. So let's go and get into the first drill. So the first drill is the foul line drill. And what I'm going to do is show a few images here with the Kegel Training Center. And in case you all don't know at home, this is Dale Warren. He's one of the coaches there. I actually worked with him for a little bit. I also worked with Rick Wiltsey and a few other people there. But these videos are on YouTube, so if you want to watch them, you can. I'll link them down below. But this is the foul line drill. And what I'll do is I will put in the video of the drill after I talk about it, so that way that you can understand how to do it at home. But more or less, I'm just going to explain how this works. So when you're at the foul line, if you're one-handed, this is exactly how you should be lined up here. So if you see his left arm is tilted under like this, and then his right shoulder here is lined up right here, and then his left arm is basically used for balance. At home, that's what you want to do, and it's just the opposite for left-handers, but it's more or less just getting balanced So that way you feel good and comfortable. So when you get at the foul line, you want to work on your finish position. So you want to get down low and feel that comfortableness and know that that's how you're supposed to be finishing. Now, you will learn pretty quick that if your lower body is not strong enough, you're going to feel a lot of pain there on the left or right side, depending on if you're left or right-handed. But if you're right-handed and you're feeling a lot of pain in that left glute area, that means you probably need to do some lower body exercise in order to strengthen your lower body. So that way, when you get to that finished position, you'll feel more comfortable and you won't hurt as bad. All right, so this is the side view. And as you can see, when you take your arm and you pull it back, if you're a one-hander, you're going to see that this elbow is kind of bent. And basically, that's the feeling that you want to have. Whenever you bring it back, you want to have that bent elbow position. And that's how you create that power. As whenever you bend that elbow, if you're a one-hander, that's how you create that power, just to feel it. And then you just release it whenever you're at the foul line. And then as you come through, this is the finishing position, is whenever you come through and you release it, that's how it looks. So you want to get down low and then release it at that point. And then this is the follow through. You want to finish going through your face every single time. Finish. So in full motion, it's you stand here and you bring it back and then you release it, coming through right through your face. All right, so I'm going to show a video of that so that way you understand that better. Okay, so now we're going to cover the one-step drill. And again, I'm just going to show you a few images here where, as you can see, he's a one-hander and he's right-handed. You see where his foot is here. The right foot is forward. And the reason why you do that is just to create the correct timing that you need. And so his right foot will be forward. And then as we move along here, you'll see how he sets up. So it's the same setup as when you're at the foul line. You'll take that left arm and you'll turn it upside down like this. And you'll relax the right shoulder here. And then as you bring the ball up, you keep the arm here. And then you'll let it slowly come back. And then as you move forward, that's when you move that left foot forward, and then you release the ball. And you see how low he gets. Look at that knee bend, and look at that right hip here. That's exactly how you want to finish when you get into the foul line. You want to keep that left arm here. That's basically used to balance yourself, and the ball is back here. And as you move forward, you see what I like to call the half pipe. This is your ball, and it's coming down, and it's going right there. Just like if you're skateboarding and they have the half pipe, it's like this. They're going back and forth, back and forth. And that's what you want to imagine when you're bowling, is the ball is just swinging back and forth. And then at the bottom, you see what he's doing there. It's a cupped wrist. Now, whenever you do that, the ball is not touching the forearm. There's nothing touching the forearm, it's just here, and then you release it forward. And then again, you see where he finishes. It's coming right through the face. All right, next is a 3-step drill. And again, he's set up the same way. It's the same setup. Only difference is now he's setting it up as if he normally would in a 5-step approach. Only difference is he is doing a 3-step drill. So this is a 3-step drill, but the right foot is forward. And as you step forward, you see on the first step where the ball is. You'll be right there. And then as you get into your second step, this is how you do it. He's brought the ball back. This is about where it'll be. But more or less you want to cross over. And as he completes the second step, you see where the ball is. You'll be at the back of your backswing there. And you want to, as you get into your step, you want to lean forward so that way it creates the right level of plane there. And whenever you lean forward, that gets your momentum going. And you're not muscling this. You're just letting your arm flow, letting gravity take control. And as you bend forward, see, the farther you bend over, the farther back the ball goes. So if you can get that momentum going, just let the ball do its thing, and then that's how you complete the 3-step drill. Then as it gets into its third, you see that knee bend again, and you see where the ball is. That's exactly where you want to finish. It's getting low, getting that back level, but bent over, and get low to the approach, and then you just follow right through the face. And you see where he follows through again, and you see the knee bend, and that's how you do the 3-step approach drill. All right, this is the figure 8 drill. Figure 8 drill is pretty simple, but more or less it just helps you get in line right here. So basically what you want to do with this drill is you bring it back this way, and then once you bring it back this way, you'll bring it back around and come this way. So it's almost like, again, it's called a figure 8 drill, and that's the reason why you're coming back around like that. And really what that does is, and you can do this at home with a tennis ball or with anything that you can grab, maybe like a volleyball or a softball, doesn't really matter. But more or less you just take it and you go this way, and then you come right through. And I'll show a video after this too, but it's more or less, this just gets you more or less lined up toward your target, instead of, a lot of times what happens is a lot of bowlers will come around this way, or they go too far out this way, and so they're always out of alignment. And this just helps you get the feeling of where your arm should be at the release point. So it gets your arm right here where it should be, right in line toward your target. As you can see how far out she goes here, and then she'll make it back around, and she'll come right through here. All right, so now we're going to talk about setup, and this basically helps you with that. It gives you a clear outline of how you should set up and how he's set up right here. And so basically you want to line up with your target, keep your hips aligned, center the ball to the shoulder, slight flex in the knees, ball side shoulder is down, slight bend at the hips. And so as you can see how he's set up, the correct setup, you want to bend the knees, feel relaxed, feel the comfortableness, and then get into your approach. But if the setup is wrong, that's when issues start to occur, and it's just simply because you're not set up correctly. And then if you're not set up correctly, then you're out of a line. So that's basically the correct setup. So as you can see where he would be holding his ball here, the right shoulder is right here. And so everything is aligned in his setup. And there's a slight bend at the knees. As you can see, the ball side shoulder is a little bit lower than this shoulder, as you can see, because this shoulder is here, but this shoulder is right here. So a little bit lower right here, just a slight dip, and then slight knee bend, so that way you're ready to go. All right, this is the drill with the laser or some tape on the ground, and he has tape on the ground. Basically, the arms move perpendicular to the hips, and you want to step parallel to the line of play. Arm will be in line. So basically at home, how you do this drill is you have a piece of tape and a perfect line. What you want to do is you want to line the right side of your foot, or if you're left-handed, line the left side of your left foot. But if you're right-handed, right side of your right foot, and then as you cross over, what will happen is you will be in the line of play, because your right hip then goes left. And so as your right hip goes left, your arm then moves forward this way. That's how you know that you're in the correct line of play. And that's basically what this drill helps with. As you can see, the line is right here. And so his right foot was back there. If I go back, his right foot is here. And what you want to do is take that left foot and go with the line of play, which is right here. All right, I hope you learned something in today's video. If you didn't, leave your questions down in the comments below. And you can even send me an email, and I will leave my email linked in the description. And so if you have any questions, just let me know. And then I will also leave the links to these videos as well to the Kegel YouTube channel, so that way you can look at those videos yourself. But more or less, I just wanted to break down these drills to help you better understand how to do them at home. So with that, that is the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one coming up.